All right, diving right into it again. This is the second take, and I'm going to keep going whether I mess up or not. So, this video is about why I deleted my Facebook page. I finally did it, and I'm going to talk about how I feel and just really go over the reasons again as to why I deleted it. So, the biggest reason that I got rid of it is because of my innate comparison that I do. I have this weird habit that has been very tough for me to break, and there's a lot of friends from home. You know, you got most likely if you're on Facebook, you probably are friends with people who you've grown up with in high school or that you met along the way, and you know, there's a lot of life things that they've done. And of course, we don't know the whole thing. We don't know the whole thing. I mean, I know one person who hits me up to ask me for money. And I'm like, don't you got a whole wife? You know, and they still, you know, some of the relationships have been reduced to that. So the number one reason, or the first reason, is the fact that I sort of compare myself when I really shouldn't. Don't know where that came from. Don't know why that's still there. It is not a logical thing to do, but for some reason in my mind, I'll compare myself automatically. I see a scroll, I see you know, it just really hit again during the holidays. I was like, yo, we doing this again? You know, pictures of people buying new cars, people in pajamas with their significant other, their families, stuff like that, which is good for them, and it is not their fault. But for some reason, just being on the app and seeing that over and over again makes me look at, say, okay, dang, I don't have that. I need to get that. How do I get that? I don't have that. Do I really want that? It's just all these extra thoughts going on, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault that they're have good things going on. But I think it's my responsibility to really address what my emotions are and what I'm thinking and why I'm thinking it. You know, and not be mad at the world. It's like, yo, why do I feel this way? Why do I keep comparing myself? Why am I disappointed that the photo I post or the achievements I have get so much less likes than others? Why is it that when I post original content or music or something like that, there's very little engagement, but if I post something with a celebrity or maybe a new employment opportunity, then there's more engagement? And this is all behavior. Oops. This is all behavior from people who, in the grand schemes of things, don't matter. So maybe I don't matter to them, and it's a harsh reality. And you don't want to think that, because once upon a time growing up, when everybody lived in the same city and growing up, you appeared to matter. You appeared to, you know. So there's that always that circular thinking that doesn't really produce any fruit or results. And for me, it seems like the Facebook app is ground zero for that. And if there's an issue with me, then first I need to remove the callus for it. Because now, since the callus is gone, if I'm still doing that stuff, then okay, there's more issues wrong with me. But I'm not going to blame the world for that. I'm not going to be mad at the platform. I'm going to take responsibility for my thoughts, for my feelings, for my actions. And so that was sort of kind of the beginning thing of that. And it just makes me go into another thought. It's like, okay, sometimes where you're just been bombarded with everybody else's blessings, and people have things that you want, which is jealousy, right? That's straight up jealousy. And I liked how Cat Williams put it, because he said, I'm not jealous of them because they don't have anything that I want. But when I scroll on my feed and I see with my friends, they have things that I want for myself. Unless I get to a point that I don't ever want those things, which would be very interesting. But that's sort of the catalyst. It's like, okay, I would like to have that. And I would like to have the engagement they have. What am I doing wanting to have the engagement they have by what they post? You know, I mean, you could tell. And that brings me to another point, that I have good things going on in my life. I got really good things going on in my life. It's actually very low drama in my life right now. I ain't arguing with nobody. I got pretty good boundaries with who I have pretty good boundaries with. I'm in touch with loved one number one, which is my mom. But we have our own lives too, though. So we have our space. But in my opinion, the relationship is healthy now. I've had a relationship with another family member that I haven't spoken to in a long time, and it was unhealthy for a long time in real life. Without it being social media, that's been eliminated. So the peace and the self-esteem is back, and that means a lot to me. So with that dynamic, I have to ask myself, what would life be like if I'm not on this platform scrolling all the time? Because it's one thing to delete the app and then not be on this. Okay, I'm just going to delete the app, so now I'm going to be on my phone. First symptom is that even if you delete the app on your phone, you will still pick it up and look for the app. Like there's been times where I'm like just chilling and I'll pick up the phone and I'm doing this, looking for the app. It's like, oh yeah, I deleted it. Oh yeah, there's a reason why I deleted it. Right? And then there's always the option, okay, well, I can come back later. And I have to ask myself, what do you mean? Come back to me comparing myself? Me coming back to everybody's baby pictures? Everybody's family photos, everybody's new houses that they're buying, everybody's this and that and the other. Come back to me sharing what I like to do and what I'm passionate about, and very little people even engaging with it. Back to all that. So again, it's me saying, okay, what can I do to fix my situation? How can I be responsible for this? Because I don't want the world to change. I can't ask the world to change, but I can change. I can change what I'm putting into my mind. And what I want to see in my mind is my achievements, right? What I want to see in my mind is what I'm capable of. And if I'm looking at everybody doing their thing, and if you're hearing a dog, that's the neighbors. It's just a thing. I guess neighbors like to have dogs and they like to bark for no reason. Back to the point. So the point of the matter is that I'm taking responsibility for my emotional health. I'm taking responsibility for my mental health, because that's sort of the responsibility that I'm taking to sort of see how do I feel overall. And it may take time. It's a long game plan. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe I'll never come back to the platform. But I genuinely want like real relationships. I want real connection. I want to be able to call somebody up, and I have a handful of people that I do. And I struggle because there are sometimes if you are posting and then you see certain people in public, like, hey, I seen you post this and that, but they don't ever say anything. So it's like, great, how do I know you saw it if you don't say anything? Because let's face it, Facebook doesn't report to you who sees what. So I want to see what this is like. I'm using a different chemical and doing a different experiment with myself mentally to see if I can eliminate one distraction and one source of ill mental health. And if I look back over the years, it's cool, it's nostalgic. It's cool to see people from home, but those relationships are over. Like I'm weird, so I'm very sentimental. I like photos, I like pictures, right? So you would think Facebook is a great place to be. Not everybody cares about your family photos, right? People don't care about that. They don't want to see that. How do I know that? Because I've posted it in the past multiple times, and people are like, oh. So, but sharing this with my mother or a close friend has way more impact. And so I'm trying something new. So, I've said so a lot, and I wasn't going to do that. So here's the first day, and I just said it again. This is the first day of no Facebook personal profile that I had since forever, and I'm going to see where it goes. So I'll keep you guys informed. This is my daily vlog. See you in the next video.